was very pleased to see the governor's budget, particularly his emphasis on raising the minimum wage to $15 an hour, which has not been done in over a decade. And as I have said many times, every year legislators get a cost of living increase. Since I've been here a decade, I have received over $20,000 in cost of living increases. Wow, we deny everyday workers an increase, still at 7.25. Now I know that there's not millions of people at 7.25, but there's over 1 million below $15 an hour. Prices are going up for eggs, housing, all kinds of products. We need to treat our neighbors that we represent like we treat each other and give them a raise. So there's 3 other aspects that I have talked to people about that are barriers to getting into the middle class. I already talked about low pay as one barrier. Another barrier is access to child care. His proposal to increase pay for child care workers will help. Another barrier that people have mentioned is affordable housing. And cutting taxes for housing, increasing affordable housing through fair programs and otherwise, that will also reduce that barrier. And the 4th most prominent barrier is access to affordable and accessible transportation. And he has addressed transportation all over roads and bridges across our state, but also mass transit in Philadelphia and in Pittsburgh and some of our cities. So raising pay, creating affordable housing, affordable and accessible childcare, and access to transportation. These are the 4 barriers that he addressed that I've heard over and over and over are preventing people from moving into the middle class. It's part of the budget, it's part of his priorities, and we in the General Assembly should adopt it. What we have to do now is go to our neighbors and tell our neighbors to contact their state representatives, contact their state senators, and tell them that the governor's priorities are their priorities. And they want these representatives to come to Harrisburg and vote for those priorities.